Honey?
Yeah?
Have you changed my winter tires yet?
No.
Did you change Mommy's winter tires yet?
No.
Yo, Dad,
Damn it.
when are you,
What?
when are you gonna change Mommy's tires?
Oh my goodness.
Scott, you realize it's April. I don't need my winter tires on anymore.
Ooh, baby, on the track, I'm going vroom, vroom. Try to catch me when I pull up in a zoom, zoom. Ooh, boy, driving by the shore, looking for some more, and my Rari going roar.
Welcome to Dropout Approved. I'm Scott Doucette, and today we're driving my wife's 2018 Mercedes E63S. It's used as a family sedan for the most part, also known as the grocery getter, because that's generally what it's been used for. I initially purchased an E43 for my wife, waiting on the E63S to come out. This car did arrive at the dealership. I went and traded in the E43 for the E63S without my wife even knowing. It was a fun little experiment I did. At the end of the day, she didn't even notice that I had swapped cars out on her. Test subject number 1, didn't even notice. Test subject number 2, car was cleaned. Test subject number 3 is now about to enter car. I think she's noticing maybe. Car is started, she's now driving.
Does the back look different? Is there an extra like turbo thing or something? I'm like, he never gives a shit about my oil change. Had nothing to do with the oil change.
Change the oil. Swap the oil pan, and the entire vehicle. Generally, I guess, in all honesty, I bought this car for myself. It's got some balls. Having this car for the past several years, I've taken it on many touring trips with the crew that we have. I've also tracked it.
Okay, you're good now.
Awesome. I have actually personally taken this on the track and have deemed it not to be the greatest. This here would be great on the Autobahn, but I had bells and whistles going off on the inside. Pad temperature, which it actually told me was hot. And it's been very great day-to-day traveling experience, very smooth. You would never notice that this was actually 603 horsepower from the factory with a 637 torque. The sounds that come from this car is just, I love it. It's amazing. There's all kinds of different modes to get that V8 growling. Modes that you can select from your individual that I've customized to comfort, to sport plus. Ultimately, the racing feature. This actually does have track mode. Basically, it's an all-wheel drive car where this car can actually disengage the front drivetrain, so it's all rear wheel with just over 600 horsepower selected right to the rear, which is amazing. As we know, we're actually stunting right now, so we're going to cut that part out. Top speed on the E63S is 186 miles per hour. Once again, that's from factory. You can tune these cars with some downpipes, put out astronomical power. This car from factory has 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, and that's, if you're an old man, just punching the power. It can take you that quick.
Yeah, went from MIA to LA on the run like I don't got an estate. Yeah, I went from LA to the A on the run, you can tell where I stay. Yeah, counting all this paper I chase, no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Yeah, counting all this paper I chase, no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Savior of my city like I'm Luke Cage. This is real life, you're ballin' 2K. I was just a young count, loose change. Now I got it coming 22 ways. 12
Mercedes is a 9-gear dual clutch transmission. Very smooth, and very happy with its performance and shifting. I tend to use the paddles a lot, Sport Plus, especially when people like this like to speed up on you on the highway, and you just clack it down and give her. And gone. Don't even look in your rear view because they're not even there anymore. E63S is actually integrated with a launch feature, basically coming to a complete stop. Foot on brake, foot on gas, and just release your foot off the brake, and away we go. Acceleration is very accelerating. Maybe that's where that term comes from. I have very minimal complaints about this car. Just the luxuries in it. It has actual wood, leathers, Alcantara. It's just littered with fabulous luxury. The handling is supreme. It has a bolster seating where it holds the side of you into your seat. It almost gives it a sense of a harness almost. E63S is built on the chassis W124 by Mercedes. I find this car is very deceiving on the elegance and the exterior design, where it is just a 4-door sedan, basically in a secret hiding shell of supercar power. So for those with Mercedes, a lot of people don't even know this, but little rest button here is what you do is you flick this down when you get out. Say you're going for groceries, you're only going to be a couple minutes, and it's cold outside. That will actually keep the coolant flowing, and it actually will keep your car warmer longer in cold days. You also have the option of paddle shifts, of using these while driving. And over here, it will actually show you your sport, individual, and change your configurations for your suspension, your exhaust, and your engine gearing. This car actually has not one, but 2 sunroofs, one in the front, one in the back. And for privacy, to keep the paparazzi from seeing you, you can actually black out the roof and the rear window. So we have our jog shuttle here, which is, it can move all around and it spins, but you can also use this here as a touchpad, and this here also works as well by just using your finger, and you can actually click it just like a mouse. As in most Mercedes, actually I'm pretty sure I have not been in a Mercedes where the seat features are not on the side of the seat, they're actually on the door. What I really love about this is you have access to your headrest up and down, full forward motion, backwards, up, all 360. My favorite feature on this is when I have a very tall friend getting in, I can actually hit the R, which stands for your right side seat, and I then have access to their seat and can control it. Say my big tall friend is getting in, I can slide it all the way back as he opens the door and slides into luxury. We have massaging seats for the passenger and driver configurations, or the Wave, which is personally my favorite. There are so many settings in here, it's actually mind-boggling. You definitely have to read the full manual to understand everything. We have everything right even to if you're going onto a racetrack. We can choose, let's find a track here real quick, and of course, most people's favorite, the ring. Nürburgring. If you're sitting at the track, it'll actually GPS your position and actually give you an actual track time. Cool little feature.